Good morning, students. How you all are? Hope you all are well. And we are back here with the second chapter from the book of history. The name of chapter is On the Trial of the Earliest People. Actually, this chapter is in just continuation with the first part. That is first chapter. In the first chapter, we had discussed about dates. What is BC? What is AD? Then we had discussed about the how were the earliest people. So earliest people, the people of early times, we refer them as hunter-gatherer. The reason they were called as hunter-gatherer is, first we will discuss hunter. Why they were called hunter? They were called hunter because at those times there were plenty of animals available in the earth, and the early people used to hunt those animals to eat. That was one reason they were called hunter, and they were called hunter-gatherer. The reason they were called gatherer means to collect, because they used to collect fruits, leaves, roots, branches that were available from the different trees. Totally the early men were dependent upon the animals which they hunted and leaves and all other materials which they gathered or collected. This was the reason they were called hunter-gatherer. All of you take your history book, first page, है ना? I am going to read page number 11, first paragraph. So from this paragraph, you will be more clear about hunter-gatherer. We know about the people who lived in the subcontinent as early as 2 million years ago. So right now we are talking about 2 million years ago. Today we describe them as hunter-gatherer. The name comes from the way in which they will got their food. Generally they hunted wild animal, caught fish, birds, gathered fruits, roots, nuts, seed, leaves, stalks and egg. This was the reason they were called. They means early people, है ना? Early people were called hunter-gatherer. Now actually these hunter-gatherers, they used to live a nomadic life. Nomadic means they used to wander. They used to travel from one place to other. Now we will discuss that. Now we will discuss that how and why their lives were nomadic. Why they used to travel, wander from one place to other. Basically there were 4 reasons behind their wandering behavior. First, suppose you imagine that if they stay in a particular place for a long time, the place in which they were living, they will hunt all the animals and they will gather all the fruits, so that area will be clear. So this was one reason, because they keep moving from one place to another. वो एक जगह में रुकते थे, उस जगह में जितने भी एनिमल्स हैं उनको हंट करते थे, वहां से वो जो भी फूड मटेरियल गैदर कर सकते हैं उसको वो कलेक्ट करते थे और वो उस जगह से दूसरी जगह पे मूव करते थे. Second, animals, they also don't stay in a particular place. They also keep moving from one place to other. So when this animal moved from one place to other, our hunter-gatherers, they also accompanied this animal and they kept their movement. बिल्कुल ऐसे ही जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि एनिमल्स जो होते हैं वो भी एक पर्टिकुलर जगह में नहीं रहते हैं. They also move from one place to other. तो जैसे वो एनिमल्स मूव करते थे, जो हमारे अर्ली पीपल थे, जो हंटर गैदरर थे, वो भी उनके पीछे पीछे मूव करते थे। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस आप देख सकते हैं कि एक पर्टिकुलर सीजन में एक जगह में बहुत हरियाली होती है और वहां पे जब ग्रीनरी होती है एनिमल्स वहां पे अट्रैक्ट होकर वहां पे रहने के लिए आते थे। बट थ्रू आउट द ईयर वहां पे वो ग्रीनरी और वो एनिमल्स नहीं रहते थे। सो दिस वाज आल्सो वन रीजन दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू द सीजन the hunter gatherer they also shifted their place from one place to other. Apart from these three, the fourth reason was water. Sometimes when water in the river was dried up, these people shifted to some other place where they can get plenty of water to survive. जैसे आप लोग सब जानते हैं कि नॉर्मली पानी जो होता है वो हर टाइम रिवर में, पॉन्ड्स में, तालाब में आपको नहीं दिखेगा। तो जैसे ही एक वाटर का सोर्स रिवर या फिर पॉन्ड में पानी खत्म हो जाता था या सूख जाता था, एट दैट टाइम दिस हंटर गैदरर्स शिफ्टेड देयर प्लेस टू सम अदर प्लेस। सो हियर आई होप दैट स्टूडेंट्स यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट व्हाई हंटर गैदरर्स they keep moving from one place to other. If you want to read this part, that you can get in page number 12. So students, take page number 12, second paragraph. I am reading it. First, if they had stayed at one place for a long time, they would have eaten up all the available plants and animal resources. Therefore, they would have to go to elsewhere in search of food. The first point we discussed, that in search of good plants and animals, they kept moving from one place to other. Second point, animal move from place to place, either in search of smaller prey or in case of deer, wild cattle, in search of grass and leaf. That is why those who hunted them, they had to follow their movement. So these hunters, to hunt animal, they also keep their movement with those animals. Third, plant and trees bear fruit in different seasons. So people may have moved from season to season in search of different kind of plant. As we had discussed about the season, that because of season when the area which is having more greenery, those area attracted more animals and our hunter gatherers, they shifted to that place. Now fourth and last point, people, plant and animal need water to survive. Water is found in lakes, streams and river, and with this drying up of water and streams, hunter-gatherers also keep changing their place for availability of water. So here I think students you have understood that why these hunter-gatherers keep moving from one place to other. Students, now we will discuss few new terms that exist in our chapter. First one is archaeologist. This word we had already discussed in our previous chapter. We had seen that archaeologists are the person who studies about the past, history, who dug the earth and get some evidences called manuscripts, inscripts, and they try to study about the past, that how early people lived. So this archaeologist, when they start their survey, when they start their process, in all the places where they dug, and if they get some particular things which belong to the ancient past, that place is called sites. आई रिपीट वन मोर टाइम, मीन्स ये जो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट थे वो जब पुराने जमाने के बारे में पढ़ना शुरू करते थे तो वो जिस जगह में जाते थे वो एक्सावेट करते थे, वो एक पर्टिकुलर जगह की खुदाई करते थे, तो उनको जैसे कुछ भी सामान मिलता था which was having connection with the past, that particular place is called sites. That particular place is called sites. Now we will discuss the next point, factory site. As we had seen that in the early time when people started hunting, they wanted some instrument to hunt the animal. Basically those instruments or weapons were made from the stone. So पुराने जमाने में ये जो अर्ली पीपल हंट करने के लिए जो भी औजार यूज करते थे बेसिकली वो स्टोन से बनता था, और ऐसे स्टोन्स को ढूंढते हुए हमारे हंटर गैदरर्स को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह में ट्रैवल करना पड़ता था, और वो जिस जगह से वैसे स्टोन्स को लेते थे जिससे वो कुछ वेपन बना सकते हैं, दोज पर्टिकुलर प्लेसेस वर कॉल्ड factory site. So factory site was the place where early people used to get stones for making different kinds of instruments and weapons. Now last one is habituation cum factory site. Definitely nowadays we also love to live in a place where we can get good resources. Good resources means good education, good health facilities and good infrastructure. In the same way, the early people, they used to settle in the places which were good in resources like stone. Because of the stones they can make different weapons and other things. So when the early people used to settle in a particular place, that place is referred as habituation cum factory site. So हम एक बार और समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. First, archaeologists. They are the people who study past. Those places chosen by the archaeologist to study about the past is called sites. Sites from which archaeologists got some evidences, they are called factory site. The factory site in which early people used to live for a long time is referred as habituation cum factory site. What we discussed now, that we can get in your book in page number 12. Sorry, page number 14. In this page you can see it. I will read it. Page number 14. Look at the map 2 below. All the places marked with red triangles are sites from which archaeologists have found evidences of hunter-gatherer. Only some are shown in the map. Many sites are located near source of water such as river and lakes. That also we had seen that. Means if you remember the first chapter, हमने देखा था जो भी civilization था वो तो नर्मदा river and Indus river के पास था. The reason was that as water is very essential for the living and development of a person, the early people chosen those places which were near water so that there will be available plenty of water for drinking, bathing and other purposes like irrigation for the agriculture. So basically almost all the civilization they developed near a river. Place where stones was found and where people made tools are called factory sites. This one. Sometimes people lived here for longer spell of time. People lived here longer spell of time these sites are called habituation cum factory site. So I hope you have all understood it, and I am giving one more homework. For that you have to take page number 12 of your book. In this page you can see here some of the broken part of stones. Okay, basically these stones were found from these sites where once early man used to live, and these stones were used as different instruments. What you have to do, you have to look to these stones and you have to identify for what purpose these stones are used. So I hope you all have understood about the homework. So students, just now we have discussed that the sites, the factory sites, habituation cum factory sites. In these places we have found different tools which were made up of the stone, and I had given you one homework that is from page number 12, in which you have to identify those tools were used for what purpose. Now we will discuss that as in today's era, है ना, आज की डेट की बात करें तो जो भी टूल्स होते हैं वो टूल्स बनाने के लिए फैक्ट्रीज होती है, फैक्ट्री में बहुत सारे मशीन्स होते हैं, एंड इन दैट फैक्ट्री एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दोस मशीन्स टूल्स आर मैन्युफैक्चर्ड. But almost 6,000 billion years back, we don't have any factory, we don't have any machines, but still people used to make different tools for harvesting, hunting animals and so many things. So now we will discuss that how these tools were made. Basically बहुत टेक्निकल चीज नहीं है, डेफिनेटली शायद आप लोग भी अपने बचपन में खेलते वक्त ऐसा कुछ किया होगा, बट दिस वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न लिटिल टेक्निकली. देयर वर टू मेथड्स फॉर मेकिंग टूल्स इन दोज डेज, इन द डेज ऑफ हंटर गैदरर. द नेम ऑफ टू टेक्निक आर स्टोन ऑन स्टोन एंड सेकेंड pressure flaking. First we will discuss stone on stone. Stone on stone means in one hand we will take one stone. From this stone we have to make the tool. We will take one more stone on the other hand and we will start rubbing it. We will rub the flakes of the stone until and unless we get the desired shape. बेसिकली इस टेक्निक में क्या होता था, एक स्टोन को हम अपने हाथ में लेते थे एंड दूसरे स्टोन से रब करते हुए हम कोशिश करते थे एक पर्टिकुलर टूल का शेप देने के लिए. नाउ सेकंड वाज प्रेशर फ्लेकिंग. बाय द वर्ड इटसेल्फ इट इज क्लियर दैट वी आर गोइंग टू गिव प्रेशर. सो इन सेकंड टेक्निक वी यूज्ड टू कीप द स्टोन फ्रॉम व्हिच we have to make the tool in a plane surface. Then we used to take one more stone with the help of some bone or wood. We used to give the shape of hammer, and with this hammer we used to give pressure on that stone till it gets in desired shape. That means basically हम एक हथौड़े जैसे एक हथियार का इस्तेमाल करते थे टूल को बनाने के लिए. If you want to read this part, that you will get in page number 16, first paragraph. I am just reading it. Some tools were probably made using two different techniques. The first is called stone on stone. Here the pebble from which tool was to be made. Pebble, they are basically stones which you used to get from the sand near the water. Means अगर नदी के किनारे आप जाएंगे तो you can see that आपको बहुत ही चिकना पत्थर मिलेगा. Those stones are called as pebbles. Was held in one hand. Another stone which was used as hammer was held in the other hand. The second stone was used to strike off flakes from the first till the required shape was obtained. So this was the first technique, है ना? Basically we used to rub and make the tool. Second is pressure plating. That also I am going to read. Here the core was placed on firm surface. The hunter stone was used on piece of bone or stone that was placed on the core to remove the flakes that could be shaped into the tool. So basically these are the two techniques which early men used to make the tool. So I hope you have understood this also. So students, we were just discussing that how hunter-gatherers' life were changing. We had discussed that with the help of stone tools, it became very easy to hunt animal, to cut the trees, to cook the animals, and even for harvesting, they used to use these tools. So tools made from stone helped early people very much. Apart from these tools, one more thing was there which helped them very much. It was fire. है ना? Fire had also helped early men in different ways. There are some evidences that says early men were aware of using fire. We can see that there are evidences because archaeologists have found ashes. Ashes मतलब राख. Means हमने बात किया था sites के बारे में, factory sites के बारे में, habituation कम factory sites के बारे में. In those sites, ashes were found. So from this, it is evident that early people used fire in their daily life. Basically, fire was used by early men in three things. First one is as a source of light. Today, in the night, we used to switch on the light because we have this facility. But earlier, the early men's time, electricity was not there. So, the only source of light during the night was fire. The second use was to cook meat. Suddenly what happened? One day when these hunter-gatherers were sitting with the meat in their hand, suddenly it fallen on the fire and they were not able to take it from the fire. When the fire was off and they had taken that meat and they had eaten, they found it that it is more tastier than earlier. So from that period they started cooking the meat, and for cooking the meat they used fire. The third thing is to scare away the animal. Scare means darana, bhagana. So as early men, hunter-gatherer has to live in the forest, in the jungles, with the wild animals which were very dangerous. So they used to keep a lamp in their hand. एक टॉर्च को अपने हाथ में रखते थे, एक मशाल को अपने हाथ में रखते थे, with a fire on the top, and with those torch and fire, they used to scare away the animal. So these are the 3 points: source of light, to cook meat, and to scare away the animal. For this, earliest people used fire. So I think for today's class we had learned few new things from the chapter 2. In the coming or next part, we will see some of the videos and we will discuss the other thing. So Just by before cut shorting the class, I am giving two homework. One homework I had disclosed earlier, that is in page number 12. Some pictures of stone tools are given. You have to identify for what purpose this stone tool is used. The second I am giving, you have to read the chapter till page number 16. Because we had discussed almost all important points till page number 16. So you have to read the chapter till page number 16, and in coming class we will continue the class. So thank you students. Have a wonderful day.